What quietly went away without anyone noticing? 3D TVs. Actual toys in cereal boxes and Cracker Jack boxes. And contests where you could win just by checking the packaging instead of scanning a QR code and making an account on bloodymountaindew.com. Taco Bell used to have a Chihuahua as their mascot. Little dude just disappeared one day, and anyone born after 2000 probably doesn't even know what I am talking about. I still have a stuffed toy version of that dog. He says the usual, "Yo quiero Taco Bell," but then also quotes a very specific Taco Bell ad that cross-promoted a Godzilla movie. He says, "Here lizard lizard lizard," and, "I think I need a bigger box." StumbleUpon. I remember all my classmates and my mom used to use it years ago. StumbleUpon is how I found Reddit. Movie trailers with that deep voice guy doing the voiceovers. McDonald's all-day breakfast menu. I will never forgive them. COVID killed a lot more than just people. I really miss the all-day breakfast. And being able to go to Walmart at 2 a.m. The net neutrality thingy. Sobe. That pina colada flavor was the shit. Sobe had 2 deaths. The glass to plastic change when they axed the 3 grams dragon tea, and when it went away entirely. Ronald McDonald. Too many people are petrified of clowns. Also, McDonald's was under a lot of heat for how they market to kids. Childhood obesity and all. I think people have noticed now, but at the time, nobody noticed it was happening. 24-hour stores. I live in a major city and we don't have a single 24-hour grocery store ever since the pandemic. Acid rain. It was a huge environmental issue in the late 70s through the early 90s. Rain was acidic and damaged fertile areas, among other things. In the US, there was much research done and eventually industrial regulations were put into place. Companies were allowed to decide what approach they chose to take as long as the results showed the appropriate amount of reduction in sulfur dioxide emissions. Unfortunately, positive news doesn't sell, so news outlets did not do justice to reporting this success. As we went into the 2000s, hardly anyone remembered what was done. My cousin from any family party he ever came to. He was the master of the quiet exit. He would show up, make sure he said hello to everyone, maybe carry a beer around, and then it was like, "Where's Rich?" every dang time. He passed away quietly last summer. R.I.P. Rich. Picture-in-picture TVs. Man, those were the bomb. 90s reference intended. Back then, my parents just had one TV. As did all the neighbors. That was just it. No one had TVs hanging out in every corner of every room. They didn't fit. They were huge and bulky and expensive. As far as I know, I was like 7. So when Dad wanted to watch TV, that was it. He took control. But man, picture-in-picture saved me. I could get my Sega turned on to the little picture screen and sit right up close to the TV, burning my eyeballs and count the freaking pixels while I was at it and still play my video games. Google+. There were dozens of us. Dozens. Facebook poke wars. My crush and I used to poke each other all the time, loudly crying. Politicians feeling ashamed when they're caught lying. Waterbeds. Used to have one. Nothing like forgetting to turn on the heater an hour before bed in the middle of winter. That class for keyboard typing and stuff. Gautier and LMFAO. You didn't have to cut them off. Planking. Flash mobs. Public spaces where you have a reasonable expectation that you are not being filmed. people calling them camera phones. Google Glasses.